It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices with truth. Love, it bears all things, it believes all things, it hopes all things. Love never ends. What appropriate words as we stand before you right now, seeing and relating this relationship and putting it and placing it in the hands of God. These words of love, and that they can be carried through going forward. I'm going to give you a little bit of my own words. This is the part they've been through. We've been together about 8 weeks now, and counseling and talking about the Lord. Stop laughing, Amber. There's a little concern
Savage.
about this part. This is like a pastoral encouragement. And it was short after that first meeting, and then after about the 8th meeting, it got really long. So I said most of it on the car coming over, but I still have a few words for you guys. Number one, I can't tell you. I mean, we're real people. I am so blessed and honored that the senior pastor was on vacation this weekend. Because it fell to me, and I feel like that was like just a God thing that I got to be so blessed, because I love the Grileys and especially love Betty. So that's something else. But to do this, to be able to be up here to encourage you guys, this is really it's a new chapter. It's something, it's a change, and it should be a lifestyle, a lifetime change. We talked about so many things in those meetings. Number one, we talked about a belief and a faith in Jesus Christ. And, it's just not something that we carry around with us every day. It's not something, it's a thing that comes about in one's life by faith. There's no judgment. If you believe in Jesus, there's no judgment towards anybody who doesn't. However, as we've come together and acknowledged that belief, there is a great hope that develops from that. There's a great sense of well-being in a time when that's not the energy from the world. But there's also this great strength that comes from that unites people in a way that I haven't seen it in the world. Not to say it doesn't happen, but with Christ as the core and the center, and that's always been the encouragement as we've met together, to make sure that you pray together, that you look at His Word together, that if children come into play, as you raise children, you raise them up in the ways of the Lord. Those are all biblical principles. And to stand up here and to pretend that this is just something other than that, you got the wrong person. And I know that's not your heart, and I've been so blessed by it when we sat together, because sometimes, our friends don't get it. Sometimes it's not something that's important to them, but it is important to these two. And I've been so blessed by being able to pray with them often during these 8 weeks, and to be able to get to know them, and to let seeds be planted, because none of us can walk through somebody else's shoes. It just doesn't happen. You're not going to be able to do that one to another, and above all, I could go on and on and on. But the encouragement really is to make Christ your center. Let that be your foundation. Build off of that. When you have troubles, there's places you can go. You can come and reach out to family, to friends, to other believers. But more than that, when it's not trouble and things are so good, you can reach out to people in the name of Christ and encourage them to have the same peace and the same foundation that you found. It makes this marriage so special. Both of you said when we talked about it that this is the one marriage. This is not something that we're going to do and then 4 years from now when it gets hard, we're going to go somewhere else. And that's a blessing. And that really is something that we need, the strength of God to overcome those things. And it's never the right answer to walk away. Ever. Although it happens, although life doesn't encourage this, I didn't know this when I was young. And I know that today that I'm married for life to my wife. And I know that with Christ as our center, and I see other families like these here, with Christ as our center, we can get through anything. So I love you guys, and God bless you. You are obviously becoming best friends, and throughout the Bible it says that God is love. It is the greatest commandment: love God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and then love others as yourself. Boy, if we could all understand that, this world would be a different place right now, wouldn't it? I mean, it really would. Right now, we have about 8 billion different agendas going on. And there's no way that we can possibly find unity or have that realization that we're in this together. But in this marriage, you're in this together. And you can be a rock for her, and you can be a rock for him, and an example of that.